I hope you all, can we stand for a few seconds? I know you have been sitting for so long, so please stand up. I have just 3 questions for you. Are you enjoying all the sessions just like I do? No, you know what? I'm getting old, so I have hard time to understand, to listen to people when they don't speak loud. So I need to repeat the question again. Are you enjoying the sessions? Yes. Good, good. So my second question, are you happy to be here? Yes. No. When you are happy, when a dog is happy, he has to show it, right? So you shake your body. Okay. So I'll repeat the question again. And if you are happy, you have to shake your body, shake the hands, shake the heads, shake everything. Okay. Are you happy to be here? Good, good. Are you, that's the last question, and I will allow you to sit down. Are you grateful for being here? So you have to be grateful for the organizers, and you have to also be grateful for all of us who have made it to this conference. So to show, to demonstrate that, I would like you to give a round of applause to the organizers. And I think that we all enjoy these sessions because you are here, because you have shared your experience. So please give a round of applause to yourself. Thank you very much. And now you can have a seat. So because we are grateful for those sessions, and because I was enjoying the session so much, I felt sometimes that I need a magical power to be in several sessions at the same time. Do you feel the same thing? So if you feel the same thing, this is the opportunity also to share what you have learned in your sessions and share that with the other participants. So this is about our closing session that we are having now. So I'm going through the various sessions, and I will ask you to share what you have learned, the food of thought that you have gained in your session, to share it with the other participants. So the first session that we had today was on building robust evaluation policies for national evaluation system. And it was moderated by Megha Pradhan, Director of the CLEAR South Asia, who would like to share some thoughts from that session with us. Don't be shy. Yeah. About the session on building robust evaluation policy for national evaluation system. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Hello, everybody. My name is Irina Kravchuk. I am monitoring, evaluation, and learning consultant, and I also have experience in public administration in the past, and also co-founder of Ukrainian Evaluation Association. I would like to reflect on probably in general on 2 days. Sorry for not concentrating on the one. I am Ukrainian who has to move to Poland just because of Russian aggression in Ukraine. And when I hear the terminology like war in Ukraine, Ukrainian conflict, I feel really pain, and yeah, I understand that probably there is a tendency to be diplomatic and using the term like neutral terminology. But where is the border between honesty and neutrality? Yeah, humanitarian projects need to have neutral terminology. I had also this discussion in my project where I'm working in Eastern Europe. And yeah, I understand that this is not first war in the world. We have many other conflicts, violence in other parts of the world. And I propose to think what evaluation society, what evaluators as professionals can do to create the new international order or new international values where separate authoritarian regimes like Russia cannot occupy brains of their citizens and cannot come to other country, to the territory of the other sovereign state and just break all international norms of pacta sunt servanda or like independence, values of freedom, and kill, rape, and murder, and Ukrainians and all, not only Ukrainians, I mean all people who live, all people of different nationalities who live in Ukraine. Right now, Ukraine is protected not only itself, not only its citizens. It protects international values like freedom, humanity, in the, like, how to translate in English, like the right of the sovereignty of the state, and to prevent it in any part of the world, not only in Ukraine. Tomorrow we have a session about evaluation in fragility and conflict. So I think we should think also about it as professionals and commissioners and donors and just humans. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope tomorrow you will attend the sessions on evaluation in fragile conflict or situations to share more your thoughts on how we can improve the commitment of evaluators in dealing with such issues. Thank you very much for your comments. So coming back to the sessions that the first session on building robust evaluation policies for national evaluation systems. So who in the room would like to share his or her thoughts on that session? Yes, Oledi.
Merci. Ah, non, c'est bon.
Yeah.
Merci, Edoé. En fait, ce que je retiens, bon, Élodie Roy de l'École nationale d'administration publique au Québec. Ce que je retiens beaucoup, j'ai beaucoup aimé les discussions ce matin sur comment on est arrivé finalement à travailler tous en partenariat pour développer des politiques d'évaluation. Donc, deux choses que j'ai notées, que j'ai pris des notes. On disait l'importance de disposer d'une masse critique d'évaluateurs qui ensuite pourra mener les évaluations. Donc, pas seulement avoir une politique sur papier, mais d'être capable ensuite de mener les actions. Donc, l'importance justement d'avoir des gens qui sont formés, qui sont capables de mener à bien les évaluations, mais aussi des gens qui sont sensibilisés parce qu'on parlait beaucoup de l'importance de la participation de plusieurs entités, donc des ministères, de la société civile. Donc, encore une fois, cette idée-là d'avoir des gens qui comprennent ce qu'est l'évaluation, qui sont sensibilisés et qui peuvent donc participer au sein de cet environnement pour soutenir la politique et le mouvement de l'évaluation au sein des pays. Donc, voilà.
Hello, yeah. GEI is also about partnership, right? So to have robust evaluation policies, we need partnership. We need to create critical mass of evaluators who are committed to improve evaluation policies. And that was one of the takeaway from that session. Thank you, Elodie, for sharing that. The next session was on decent work and the SDGs. Bolstering national evaluation system through tripartite partnerships. Lessons from countries on decent work agenda in the SDG era. The session was moderated by Guillaume Mercier, program manager at the Organizational Development and Project Service Program at ITCL. So who would like to share his or her thoughts on that session? Who attended the sessions? Please raise your hand. Nobody, no. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, who would like to represent the very active participant to the session? Over there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm Julius Kanglet. I'm one of the panelists, so I was thinking twice if I should say something about the panel. It might be a biased evaluation. So, well, anyway, I think one of the major ideas that came out from the panel, from the session, is the importance of decent work, tripartism and social dialogue, making sure that social partners are not only part of the development agenda, they're part of designing the development agenda, implementing it, and of course, monitoring and evaluating the same. And to achieve this, there is great importance in making sure that social partners such as trade unions and employers have the capacity to effectively engage each other and government to discuss development, and at the same time have the capacity to put forward their agenda, because at the end of the day, employers want to sustain their business for profit, and unions would want to have a just share of the profits that they make from out of the activities that they do. So there was some good exchange during the sessions, and there was a suggestion that perhaps it's about time that in national evaluation systems, we should mainstream participation of unions, employers, and civil society. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is very important since, as you know, the COVID-19 crisis has put a lot of pressure on the employment. So we need evaluation to improve the quality of work and to provide access to decent work. As you know, all the materials for the presentation in the various sessions will be available on the website of the conference. So please feel free to download them and to get informed on the lessons learned in that field. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts. So the next session is on environmental sustainability. How do we move from evaluating environmental intervention to ensuring environmental sustainability considerations are included across evaluation? The session was moderated by Patricia Rogers, Director of the Footprint Evaluation Initiative. Who would like to provide us with some insights into this session? Who was there? Who was there? Please raise your hand. 2. 3. Okay, so I'll give. Please, can you share your hands, because I like to have the voice of a woman. So please, can you share your thoughts, please?
Thank you. Voy a hablar en español since no one else has talked in Spanish. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do so. So this was Sorry. Fue en realidad un panel bien interesante que creo que pone sobre la mesa cuestionamientos no solo de cómo incluir el tema de sostenibilidad o de los sistemas naturales en la evaluación, sino también en la misma planificación de las intervenciones, ¿verdad? Estamos en una época en la que es evidente el cambio climático, es evidente que hay fragilidad en los sistemas naturales y no estamos integrando esta forma de pensar o este cuestionamiento en las evaluaciones, en la forma que analizamos las intervenciones, pero tampoco lo estamos llevando los resultados de este tipo de evaluaciones no los llevamos a la implementación o a los cambios en la política pública. Entonces, me parece que esta propuesta que están haciendo del Footprint Evaluation no debería quedarse como un enfoque más de evaluación, sino que debería integrarse en todas las evaluaciones que se hacen de política pública, de cooperación al desarrollo.
Merci. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Is that right? Muchos. Yeah, Cesar. Grazie mille. So the next session was on evaluation methods to inform policy, rapid evaluation demonstrating the power of evaluation for policy making. The session was led by Licia Lima, Deputy Director of the Clear Lusophone Africa and Brazil, who would like to give us some food for thought from the session. You're very shy today. Yesterday was a little bit more dynamic. I wonder if it's because it's the second day. Who was there? Yeah.
Hi, my name is Laira Hussein. I'm the head of strategic planning, monitoring, and evaluation in the Ministry of Labor, Jordan. So the session was about rapid evaluation, and in some countries it's called executive evaluation. In the session, they shared like the methods of implementing rapid evaluation and very interesting like recommendations. One of the recommendation and also like experiences of several countries conducting rapid evaluations, especially like the one that got my attention was Uganda experience with regards of teachers and health servant rapid evaluation in the public sector. So and they shared like many recommendations, especially the ones that took my attention was improving like the planning, budgeting, and monitoring and evaluation systems together to conclude policy evidence making decisions, and the importance of participatory approach, especially involvement of academics, media, private sector, and civil society. Also, like increasing incentives with regards to conducting evaluations.
Thank you, thank you,
Welcome.
thank you very much. I really feel like I should have been there because it's very rich what you said, and I hope you have access to the PowerPoint, to the presentation materials on the website. So if you are also interested, please feel free to go on to visit the website in order to download them. So the next session was on challenges and opportunities in institutionalizing national evaluation system. It was moderated by Candice Morkel, Director of the Center for Learning, the Clear AA, so the Clear Anglophone Africa. We all already have a hands up, which is great. So
Thank you. I'm Peter from Liberia. That was a very interesting section. We had experience from 5 countries: Brazil, Solomon Islands, Dominican, Tanzania, and Gabon. Listening to all of those countries, there was something similar that came across in terms of challenges. One, limited finances to establish evaluation system. Limited human resources, skill set. Of course, there are countries that have some institutions, some ministries with some capacity level, but not at the national level. Political resistance, especially when it comes to regime or changes. Sometimes you start a process and another government comes, they don't want to continue that. It was another challenge. And the fact that some of the countries are also new, for example, Solomon Islands and Dominican, and their landscape is so vast that it is even difficult to travel through. That also contribute to the limitation of challenges to traveling for evaluation. Finally, the fact that usually we tend to finance development, but we don't finance the measurement of progress or regression, makes it difficult to support evaluation in those countries. Those are the key summary that came across those countries. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Do you know that there is a dinner tonight? Okay. So you need to deserve the dinner. So I just been told that those who are not speaking will not have the dinner. So please. Yeah. Okay. So if you want to enjoy the dinner, please be the next one to respond to my question. What can we learn from sectoral evaluation system? Session B4, which was moderated by Fabrizio Feloni, Deputy Director of the Independent Office of Evaluation at IFAD, who was there. Yeah, thank you.
I'm Renata from FAO and Eval Forward. So I was at this session and we heard very advanced cases of sectoral monitoring and evaluation systems. So there was a question about sometimes these sectors may be more advanced in one country. One sector may be far more advanced than the others. And this sector can be like a pilot for the evaluation, for starting evaluating and showing the value of evaluation. So the discussion was also about being opportunistic. Sometimes we don't need to wait for the evaluation as a whole of a country system to be built to start doing evaluations, but it could be also starting from a sector. This is my takeaway. Thanks.
Thank you very much. So to move quickly, because I know some of you like to eat, they are hungry and they cannot speak anymore. So I'll move quickly to the next session, which was about approaches to evaluation during the pandemic. How did evaluation adapt to the pandemic and ensure continuity and informed decision-making? What lessons and approaches were learned that should be taken forward? The session was led by Richard Jones, Chief of Section, Independent Evaluation Office at UNDP. Great. Megan?
Yes, Megan from the OECD. I'm not totally unbiased either, so that's okay. I hope that's okay. So the session talked about 3 different examples, including an example from Senegal using mobile data to look at population movements during the pandemic, and an example of World Bank evaluation and triangulation, and sharing examples from the OECD DAC. And it looked at really how we pivoted. I think there was really interesting examples also that came from the audience and questions about how, for example, the pandemic affected the mindset and the feelings of both evaluators and the people we were trying to interview, and how that might have impacted both the quality of evaluations and their use. And it ended with a call for countries here at the NEC to join the COVID-19 Global Evaluation Coalition. So if you want to take anybody up on that, you can come talk to us. We'd love to have you join. And if you don't know if your country's part of the initiative, just let us know and we'd be happy to tell you more.
Great, thank you. So that's a very good opportunity that's provided to all the countries who would like to assess, evaluate their pandemic response. So please use that opportunity to learn more from those policies, because as we said, we are in a new era where we might have those type of crisis very often. So we need to get ready for them, and we need to implement evaluation for that. The next session was on ethics and evaluation, ethics and culture in evaluation. The session was moderated by Tina Torjman-Nebe, a senior evaluation specialist at the Independent Evaluation Office of UNDP. Great.
Thank you very much. My name is Seira Ngobo from the Department of Planning Monitoring, South Africa. So we were taken through the fact that ethics are universal, but at the same time, we cannot ignore context, such that we were taken through the principles of conducting evaluations in Africa that were developed by the African Evaluation Association. And then we, in as much as context has to be observed, but the issue of robust methodologies cannot also be ignored. But we should also, in the process, incorporate the ways in which data is collected in African contexts. And then we also talk about some soft skills that probably are not spoken of, that an evaluator needs to have when conducting evaluations, and that ethics questions need to also be factored in the design. So what also stood out for me was the fact that when we talk ethics, we should go beyond just doing no harm, but to tackling bad and doing good. And we're also taught that you can't think development without thinking issues of environment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We have to think good. So the day has been very productive. I can understand why you don't want to talk. But we just have 4 sessions more, and then we will be done, and you can go for your dinner. So the next session was on financing national evaluation system. Money is very important for evaluation. System needs financing to succeed and ensure they are sustainable. How do we ensure that finances are available and that the national evaluation system show their worth? The session was moderated by Mr. Oscar Garcia, Director of the Independence Evaluation Office of UNDP, a person that you all know in this room. So who have been in that session and who like to talk about it? Okay, a lot of people. That was a very good session, I think. Yeah.
Thank you. Just trying to deserve my food.
Yeah.
In the evening. As you rightly said, our session was very rich, and it was a masterpiece facilitated by Oscar. Thank you. And also it was very distinguished colleagues, and it was very rich exchange. So I'm not sure I can cover all. I just will cover my takeaways. So we have presentations from Liberia, Malawi, Morocco, Paraguay. Also, we have colleague from African Development Bank, and sort of the focus of discussion went sort of with the start of the Liberia saying that their funds shifted, those that were dedicated for evaluation and what to do next. And then once the discussion in the direction of whether it is cost or investment, around that, which eventually session finished with that, the confirming that it is investment definitely. Then we learned a very interesting experience from African Development Bank, because in their setup, funds were fixed in administrative part of the budget, not operational, and they were secured from any shift and repurposing of financial resources. So we all agreed or fixed that it's really good lessons learned that should to be paid more attention to. And next point was that, okay, evaluations are important, but sort of the validation factor of it, broader validation. And it was a point made that even people should do validation of evaluation. So it should be so available. And also important part of the discussion was making capacities available and trainings for producing evaluators. Thank you very much. Over.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So the next session.
Sorry, I forget to introduce myself. Armine from Armenia.
Okay, nice to meet you. The next session was on subnational evaluation system. Session B5 was moderated by Stephen Porter, Senior Monitoring and Evaluation Officer at the Independent Evaluation Group of the World Bank. Was there? Would like to talk? No one? Okay, great.
Good afternoon all. As the facilitator of the session, we had a rich discussion within the room. I think the main thing, consistency that came out between the presentations was the importance to be able to get the way of engaging citizens in the subnational evaluation system. That although national evaluation systems and subnational evaluation systems would have deficiencies, challenges due to transparency, due to even corruption issues in certain countries, that subnational connection with citizens really allows them to be able to gather evidence and information, which allows responsiveness from the local government. And I think there's a very nice example from Madagascar of matching the sort of official level system with community level outcome mapping and using two different sources of evidence to be able to understand how people are facing challenges in their lives. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this powerful insight into the session. We are almost there at the end. The next one was on engaging youth in evaluation, meaningful engagement of youth in evaluation, engaging youth agency and voice in evaluation to increase the transformative power of evaluation to reach the furthest behind. The session was moderated by Gabriela Renteria Flores, Chair, Eval Youth Global Network from Mexico. Who was there? Would like to speak? No one? I mean, no one would like to eat from that session. Okay, great.
Okay, thank you. So this was another very vibrant session, and it started by receiving some nice presentations about the value of investing in young people and ensuring that they are part and parcel of the development in the evaluation ecosystem, but also in discussing in detail, what does it really take to bring them to the table? What does it take to ensure that they get the opportunities to be active participants in the evaluation process? And then the session also took advantage to learn about a manifesto that has been agreed upon by a number of countries and international agencies to promote this idea of empowering young people and ensuring that they are increasingly involved in the evaluation process. And finally, after very fruitful and productive discussions around what strategies to adopt, how to take forward the steps that are agreed upon and so on, it concluded by summary commitments by a number of countries and international organizations on the specific activities that they're going to undertake to make sure the youth are brought right up front in the planning and development process for evaluations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I think you are also invited to join the manifesto of the youth, Evaluate, to help promote this approach so that we can take into account the view of the young people and provide them opportunity in the field of evaluation. And the last session was on digital innovation in evaluation. The session was moderated by Claudia Oel, International Project Manager, Evaluator and Trainer at the Organizational Development Project Service Program at ITC ILO. Who was the last person who would like to deserve the dinner? No one? Was there the moderator? Claudia? No, I mean, someone was there. Okay, thank you.
Hi, my name is Tina Todmaneba. I was the note taker of that session. It was very, very interesting. We had 5 presentations of different information technology enabled ways of enhancing evaluation. So there was geographic information systems, AIDA of the UNDP IEO, and also country-led examples. It was made clear, it was clear to everyone that this was really a great new frontier that could make our evaluation work more efficient and also much richer in the information age where we're bombarded with information that we have to sift through. And one key takeaway was that there's still the human in the loop that is very important and that has to keep up with the pace of new developments in this field. And that has to ultimately teach the machine to learn and improve and really be useful for what we want to get out of technology for the sake of evaluation.
Thank you very much. I think you agree that this was a very productive day. And we would like to thank all those who have thought about those various thematics. So please give a round of applause to them. And thank you all for your generosity to have shared your thoughts with us.
Thank you very much.